Yes, sir. I mean, being part of that We the Best movement, though, man, at the time, being the best and having one of the strongest movements in the game, what was that whole experience like for you, too? As well as when, because see, you got a bunch of hits, but when that Hustle Hard took off,
Yeah.
what was that experience like when you're like, God damn it, I got one?
Yeah. Man, that shit, I felt powerful. You know what I'm saying? I felt capable.
Yeah.
Really, dog. I felt like, because to me, Hustle Hard was a self-identifying record for myself. I believe that every artist have a self-identity record. Ross got the hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like you need that record that's gonna identify exactly who you gonna be.
Yeah.
And to me, Hustle Hard was exactly the record that represented me.
Yeah.
You know, that hustle, that push through, that motivation, that you can do it, that get back up, right?
Yeah.
That not, taking things as they are, you know what I'm saying? So that was my identity, and for that to naturally be a record, like, so you talking about a space where nobody wasn't worried about me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my album hadn't done what it done at that time. So like, boom, Hustle Hard is out, and like the streets are naturally gravitating. So now everybody calling me, they calling my people, they calling, like, it's just a natural thing.
Yeah.
And to me, that's how I want records to grow. Naturally in the streets, people to rock with it. So it got to the point where it became undeniable, and that's what I'm about. And once I knew that, I was like, I could do this. Like, I created that record. I thought of this, you know what I mean? I thought of the line. So that gave me like like, let's do it.
Give you that confidence, man. And I could feel that, man. Like, ain't nothing like having that record, movement that that and it ain't cocky, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, bro, we could get in the shadow where other people could take full credit of the work that we are building together, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I understand that completely, man, you know what I'm saying? And man,
real.
I feel like, with music is a way that we express ourselves. How do you find other ways? Because the music, is not the same like it is, you know what I'm saying? And how we, try to express ourselves today. What do you do today with expressing yourself?
Oh man, really a lot, bro. Nowadays I'm having more conversations, so I'm leaning more into using my voice in a very different way, other than just it being music, but to be able to have these conversations and be able to go other places and have very transparent conversations about just life, about being, about mental health, about, you know what I'm saying? So I've been using that avenue a lot more, to express myself. I've been also, I'm into the fitness brand and health and wellness and stuff like that. So I got my hashtag Shredded brand, which initially started as me, what I do to train, what I do, how I eat, that type of thing. But now I'm upgrading it now to Shredded Plus, which is a more community space for people. So I got a lot of cool things happening in that world. With just tours and stuff like that, being able to connect to people, and just in a healthy way, and have these conversations around the world. So I'm excited about that. Those are other ways that I'm looking at to express myself. Yeah. Other than music. Soon, probably within the next year or two, me writing my book, which I'm excited about. So. Yeah, man. Yeah. Movies, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to do that. Tapping into my clothing brand. Just the fullness of me, you know what I'm saying, and all that I have to offer. So I think through my clothing, through shit like, acting, through writing books, through speaking, through like fitness, health and wellness, like those are all like my avenues for sure.
Oh, yeah.
When you speak about that speaking, though, I mean, that Hustle Hard is one of the greatest fitness songs, workout songs of all time as well, too.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, how often are you in the gym and you hear your shit, you like, everybody working out about shit to this day still?
Yeah. It's a blessing, man. I'm grateful.
And
People
what was it that
in.
made you get into the fitness side of things? Was that something that you always was about, or what?
Well, I played ball in high school. I played football in high school. I think the whole athleticism stuck with me. So to me, I really grabbed control of it the moment I went independent, right? Because that was the moment for me to again empower myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So. That was just to pour back into me, you know what I'm saying? So mental exercises, physical exercises. So that's reading, that's healing, you know what I'm saying? That's grounding, that's going through that process. So that's what allowed me to dive deeper. Yeah. And I think I got to a point where I was like, oh, this is a superpower, healing myself, like coming to terms with who I am, coming to terms with the deepest parts of myself, being able to really look at these things and lean into that uncomfortability is what allowed me to tap deeper, because to me, my fitness is my core, right? It's that another rep, it's that do it again, it's that I know this is hard, but you got to push through, you know what I'm saying? and showing up for yourself. So all of these things that you can apply to your life and the things that you naturally do, you know, so it's a human thing. So that's what allowed me to really go harder with that, man, as I wanted full power. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That means that I wanted to understand these contracts, but I also, you know what I'm saying, physically be a weapon and physically be a problem, but mentally on my shit and spiritually I'm connected with the oneness. You dig what I'm saying? So all of those things, I'm fascinated with becoming the best version of myself.
So what are your thoughts on hip hop when they get to addressing social and political issues? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
I think it depends, man. I think I think it's a fine line, you know. Artists and rappers, I get it, are not too well versed in the political world. So I just say, you know, just be mindful, tread lightly. I think, you know, it takes a certain level of awareness to understand what's actually happening in the world. And I think if you aren't up on the knowledge of what's happening, I think you shouldn't really speak on it. But I think that artists in some way should be vocal. I think they should be vocal about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all humans. We all people. We deal with things. We get to, you know, we have the support of these people, right? We want these people to come out and support us, right? So I just think I don't know, man. I think it's a human thing, right? So I think as long as you know what you're talking about, I think as long as you're being intentional and you're speaking about these things, I say absolutely, bro.
Exactly.
Right? Because the artist is who the people look up to anyway. If you're talking about the culture is so huge and it's so impactful. So I think for an artist, imagine an artist that you look up to, that you love, you are already modeling your life and your ways after that person. Yeah. Imagine if they spoke on these social and or, you know, issues with the government or just what's happening out in the world. Imagine your mind frame and how that can be shifted or switched. So I think, you know, if you're not up on that information, don't speak on it, you know what I'm saying? But just on some human shit, man, like, you know, it's important to be tapped in.
Yeah, I heard what he said, knowledge and awareness, knowing about these things, because we are responsible and we got to hold ourselves accountable with the influence that we have on these kids, you know, especially, man. And a lot of us, man, we tend to, you know, play around with it, but it's serious, man. Like, people are dying, you know what I'm saying? We're making the wrong decision just based off of your emotions, you feel me? So yeah, man, I'm glad you spoke on that and you spoke on it well. Same as I would have.
Come on now.
Real talk.